This is CNN Breaking News.
This is Susie Patrick with CNN, and today we're going to take a look at an exclusive interview with Senator Cory Booker, one of the 2020 Democratic candidates running to secure the primary nomination. Here's Kaylee Gormley with a more in-depth analysis of how the interview went. Kaylee?
Hi, Susie. The interview with Senator Booker and his campaign advisors was enlightening to say the least. It gave us a good look of how his team is running his campaign and the policies he finds to be at the forefront of this primary.
Based on Booker's history of wanting to reform the justice system, it seems only fitting to discuss his Marijuana Justice Act, a bill aimed at expunging previous convictions for marijuana use and possession offenses.
We have Jeff Sessions trying to bring the war on drugs back, which was a complete failure when it was first implemented, and Booker has been very vocal about wanting to try to prevent that, and hopefully that if we become elected president, we can, continue to work to fight to get those expunged.
Though the younger generation will likely support this bill, it seems like a bit of a stretch given the dominantly Republican Congress at the moment. During the interview, I was able to ask Senator Booker if he stood by his choice of killing a proposed bill to lower prescription drug prices. Though he stands by his choice, he made it clear that he still wanted to look out for Big Pharma and keep them in mind.
Senator Booker has always looked at drug reimportation and was receiving funding from the pharmaceutical industry. It's very big in New Jersey as well. So we have to make sure that we're representing Big Pharma in our decisions, and we're making sure that we're covering all the bases when we're creating policies, looking at drug reimportation and things of that nature.
This could be a cause for concern, seeing as just a few weeks ago, Senator Booker tweeted that he would not be accepting campaign money from corporate PACs any longer. It'll be interesting to see how he plans to back Big Pharma given his recent decision.
Regarding the recent horrific mass shooting in Florida, Senator Booker tweeted that thoughts and prayers are not enough. During the interview, I asked him what specific measures we can take to prevent more events like this from happening. Here's his response.
It's time for the Democratic Party to stop being afraid of challenging the NRA. Mass shootings are becoming so commonplace, and it's very unfortunate in our American society in which anytime we try to pass gun legislation, it is seen as a threat against the Second Amendment. And Cory Booker has been a firm supporter of the Second Amendment. However, in the wake of these mass shootings, it's time for us to do something. We're in power and we have a chance.
And by increasing background checks, increasing mental, evaluations, and simply reinstituting an assault weapons ban, that's not necessarily taking away anyone's Second Amendment right. We're just amending that amendment. We're making changes to that amendment.
As far as how Senator Booker views his opponents, he first joked about not having any opponents at all. While this may be Senator Booker's wit shining through, here's what Senator Sanders had to say about it.
I would caution to be arrogant in any political situation. That's very much what that sounds like to me, is somebody who thinks they're in a league of their own, and when you find yourself in that situation, that's how you find yourself in Hillary Clinton's situation when she ended up running against Barack Obama and losing in 2008. That's why we've been consistent as a campaign to say that there are no front runners at this point. This is a race, it's a fair race. We have great competition and great people that we're racing against. Do we plan to win? Yes, but I'm not going to stand up here and say I'm the best. That's just distasteful, I believe.
Word got around to the Harris campaign about Booker's comment, who felt it could be construed as a little sexist, seeing as Booker and Sanders are the only two male candidates in this primary.
That's an interesting point, Susie, and something to keep in mind given the current political climate we find ourselves in. There's definitely a chance for women to break that glass ceiling during this election.
There you have it, folks, a more in-depth look at a possible candidate for the 2020 election. This is Susie Patrick
And Kaylee Gormley.
signing off.